Right, obviously this is live, so it could go completely wrong. What we're going to look at today, some of you may have seen the other day, I did put some of these on the horse, extra wide bar shoes. Now, one of the reasons we've been looking into this lately is it is now a variant used on the AWCF or Associated Worship Company of Farriers site. Okay, now there is a bit of confusion because it does say in the descriptor a bit like European bar shoes. So some people go, oh, I want to make a European bar shoe. Obviously a European bar shoe or a French bar shoe is quite specific in it's got a very small circle in the centre and it's got a large amount of mass at the back. Obviously gives the foot extra support. Quite difficult to make, good forging exercise, not absolutely necessary for that task. You wouldn't be wrong putting one on, but there's easy ways of doing it, and this is one of them. All we are actually doing with this shoe, if we imagine, let's get rid of him. So let's get rid of the frog clip, and let's draw another frog clip on, and imagine the normal bar shoe. So all we've got to do is add this amount of material there. Okay, so it's like making a normal bar shoe around the back, except for we're filling in the gap there to give a bit more support. Now the reason I put these on a horse the other day is this horse got very crushed, low heels, and I wanted to give it almost like the support of an onion shoe, but it needs the stability of the bar as well. So this was my choice. I mean, I've been putting straight bars on the horse in the past, and for me, afterwards, I was never quite happy with the amount of support on the inside of the foot, supporting the heels fully, and the only way to do it was by spreading material, and this is what this does. Okay, it's not a difficult shoe to make. It's like making a straight bar shoe. It's just how we set the material up before we weld it is a bit different, much more like the European way. Just out of interest, obviously we've got a square toe egg bar with a sort of wide French toe. It's the same thing in reverse, you know. Okay, that's all we're doing. So I'm going to attempt to make one for this foot. I've measured it, it's 5.5 wide by 5 3/4 long. I've found, playing around with these over the last week, I don't have to add much more material than I would do a normal bar shoe. Can't quite work out why that is yet. All I will say is when we double the material up to weld it, we are doubling the mass, and as we forge it down, we will get a lot more growth out the back, because again we've got double the material to flatten back down to the original section, and we'll gain a bit of width as well. I've also worked out, on a burn steel, I've also worked out, if I put a mark on the end of the steel, if I measure from the outside of the heel, i.e. where I want the shoe to fit to, okay, depending on the amount of width and length, to the inside of the opposite heel, that gives me the right amount of material to flick over. Like I say, when we forge the doubled up material down, we're going to get a bit of width growth as well as the length growth. Right. So two ways of making this. We could hockey stick the ends first. Again, we're going to put a slight equilibrium style roll toe on it. So again, we don't need to jump the toe up because we're going to gain the width back as we pan down the material at the end. And again, it's important to remember, for all intents and purposes, this is going to be a 13-inch shoe, so we need to put a 13-inch toe bend roughly in it. happy with our toe bend. Okay, we're going to start flicking the branch around. As you can see, I've put a dot where I've measured on the foot. Okay, but now remember the base, the main front part of the shoe is going to look a lot smaller than if we were making a standard straight bar shoe, because again, we are extending the material out the back. So we've got to remember that as we're making it and trying to shape it. So we try and enforce our normal bar shoe shape, it's not going to work. Okay, so we've got our mark, and we're just going to hockey stick it down. Now normally if we're making a straight bar, we drive hockey stick in, but because that's actually going to end up as an overlap, where we're going to double our material, there's no need to do that. So once we've bent it where our dot is, we're now going to send the branch around that side and just scarf it. And when it comes to scarfing this, because most of this is actually overlaid, a bit like when we make a pelt, the only bit we need to scarf is the corner of the bit which is going to overlay on the opposite branch. So again, just a nice flowing circular shape. And then just going to chamfer down this outside corner. Okay, that's going to be our scarf. Okay, so I'm going to repeat it on the other side. Seems to be a lot of people watching this. It's alright, Byron, read that. Seems to be a lot of people watching this. Just like to say, for those in the UK, tipping points on BBC One, you could be watching that. Okay, so find a start. So again, obviously, I need to scarf this before I turn it. So I'm just scarfing that down there. Okay, so again, get the branch shot, overlapping. Obviously how we overlap it is important. again, going for a nice round shape to start with. And once we've got that, we can start adjusting our bars. Once we get to this point, you're best off just getting an all over heat and you can set the whole thing up. Remember, like any form of bar shoemaking, any kind of bar shoemaking, it's important to impose as much symmetry before we weld it, because once we weld it, it all becomes very difficult because it's connected. But again, like most forms of advanced shoemaking, you know, watching a video and having a go and it coming out right first time. You know, we're doing things outside the box here, slightly more certainly outside the normal remit of shoemaking. So, you know, you've got to play around with this stuff to get it right. As you can see, we're starting to get that shape now. Spin the camera around, Byron. Also, guest appearance by BM Gardner, Mr. Mark Watson. Give him a wave, Mark! There he is. Get back in isolation. Okay, so as you see here, we've got our shoe shape, we've got a nice overlap. The actual main bulk of the bar at the front leading edge is overlapped, and we have the opposing corners just poking out. Well, they're going to be the corners of our heel area, our bar, whatever you want to call it, once we weld it. All this material, which is the bulk of that, is going to double up, and that's going to give us our mass. Now if we look at it on the foot already, you know, it's a lot smaller, but by the time that's worked down, it's welded, it's forged out, we should have the right amount of material. Ooh. So let's get it ready for welding. You know, obviously this has got quite a big weld in it, and like most things, I mean, since the invention of iron mounting, flux, most people can manage welding nowadays. It's not rocket science. It's sticking two pieces of metal together. So if we can get a man to the moon, I'm sure we can get two pieces of metal to stick together. Okay. Again, when it comes to welding, everyone's got slightly different techniques, different ways of using it. Some people try and get the scar sink first. I tend to like to get the main part of the welding, get it stuck, get the molecules jumped. I like to slap and bang it, or bang and tap, bang the weld in, then tap the scar seam. So the key thing when fluxing up, not to have it too hot. If it's too hot, flux will just run off it. If it's not hot enough, it will fall off it. So you want it just hot enough for it to stick. Make sure there's no air between the weld, and then just get your flux in all the joins. Okay, as you can see, it's stuck to it, it's not falling off, it's not dripping off. Now I haven't got a roaring fire here. Just ticking over nicely. Again, there's a lot of material to weld. We need to get that heat soaking all the way through that joint in the material. But again, remember, either side of that joint, the material's a lot thinner. If we're not careful, we'll burn that. We don't want to lose any material in that area. So nice and slowly build the fire up. Again, the great thing about this flux, you don't need to get it quite so hot as we perhaps would have done. Just just going to warn the cameraman now. Byron, just watch yourself. Don't want to set light to you. That would be child cruelty. Okay. So we're getting there now. Obviously keeping the material turning. Don't go too far away, right? Okay. And straight away, I'm going to smash it in. Now I'm on tapping in scarves. Straight away, you can kind of start to see it taking form. So what I need to do now is work on pushing that corner in, keeping the width across the bar, which I have measured, and I should be looking for about 3.5 inches across the back. So I just need to grow about 1/4 inch either side. But I've still got a lot of material to work down, and again that will spread even more. So again, because the amount of material there is to weld, just going to give it another quick welding heat, a little bit more flux, just to tidy all the scrag ends up. Obviously this time, I'm working and welding. And I say, any scarfing we've still got, we can get rid of. Sorry Liam, only just seen your thing. Oh, you did? Oh, no, apparently Liam, Byron moved closer. You read your message. So we're getting a good heat on it and start working our corners. Lose too much material in the corners at that point. Now straight up, round there, Byron. Okay, I'm getting it up on the corner, I'm going to start pushing that in. Pushing the corners in. Air hitting it so I don't squash the section. Now, like all bar shoemakers, it's important that we make the overlap section back down to the same section of the material. In this case, we're using 1.5/16. Best way to gauge that, if we don't already know, is to hold onto the steel with your tongs. Yeah, it feels like 5/16, but as I go round, that feels a lot thicker. So I've still got plenty of material to forge down there. Okay, so I've got all the welding done now. We get a good forging heat. I'm going to work on working it down. Again, if you've got a guy on a sledgehammer, it'll be a lot better. Adam Fitch, yes he did. But say it's not rocket science, it's just like making your normal calculations for the normal straight bar shoe. get it down to 5/16. Now, you want to put a bit of a front clip in, start squaring up the back, by doing it over the bit. And that will start to force out a little bit of a nipple. There you go, I set it. Okay, either side of the frog. Get that shape in there. What I'll do now to further get that shape is I'm going to start drawing on my frog clip. Again, this gives myself something to centre the bar on. Also gives me the opportunity to forge either side of it. Again, you'll see what I mean by that in a moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to poke my shoe up at that angle, then I'm going to get the flat side of my hammer, and right in the centre, almost like I'm drawing a clip, on the heel of my hammer, drawing towards me. Go back a little bit more. This is the best way to start a frog clip. Then all I need to do now, obviously flatten that out, the round side of my hammer into that hole and just blend it in. Goes nice and flowy into my corners. Obviously the main reason for this frog clip, yeah, it looks pretty. Yeah, it gives you a bit more cover on the frog. Not that really, the amount it does, it's not really worth it. What it does do, most importantly, is bear in mind this horse, bear in mind the section, the horse I actually shot the other day at dressage horse, it's where it's going to be working. If we leave the back edge upright, that can cause a lot of jarring and a lot of traction, or extra traction, to that horse on that soft surface, especially with some of these fibre sands, some of these wax tracks, etc. So if we safe that inside edge off, it's going to reduce that traction. I believe there's been research done quite a lot. Okay, so again, one more heat on the bar. And we'll check our measurements. So, one more, good all over heat, just to centre the shoe up, centre the bar up. Then we can build the rest of the shoe around it. Any of you who have missed the video so far, it will be up on here later so you can go through it at your leisure if there's nothing on TV. It's entirely up to you. Desperate times. So again, just trying to get plenty of symmetry into the shoe. Again, there's no point I'll start putting features on until it is symmetrical. So again, just need another quick fettle to get it as symmetrical as possible. Refill the floor for. So once you're happy with the shape, and the material, we'll just get our ruler, see what measurement we've got across the back. Yeah, we can definitely forge it a little bit more. As you can see, if we look there, it's a little bit thicker there, so we can work that corner out a little bit. Better. Right, so then, everyone's got their own method. Obviously, I've got differences in the methods of which, certainly from exam technique point of view, what I will teach diploma exam compared with AW exam. One of the things I'll always say about AW exam is, it's going to be a bar shoe. Get the bar shoe welded, get it forged, get it symmetrical, get yourself so you're happy with your ruler. Before you do anything else, go and have a look at it over the foot. The reason we do this is because, depending on how it looks on the foot, at that point we've got decisions to make in the exam. And the decisions are, when we fuller it, do we fuller it hard? And do we work all the steel and squeeze as much material out of that steel as necessary? Or if we're verging on we are to size at this point, or maybe if anything a little bit bigger where we need to do a lot of heavy rasping, do we just scratch fuller it, stamp it a bit further, get our nails in? Okay, so going over to the foot now. I'm having a look. I certainly can afford to let the shoe come out a bit to give myself a bit more width. Lengthwise, actually size-wise of a shoe, I'm not too bad. By the time I've forged all the features in, I'm going to be about right. So, okay, so how I'm going to do that is by finding my centre. Okay, found the centre. I've already set my calipers to that foot, obviously from the centre of the frog to the centre of the heel. Okay, score that on. Always like to put a nice parallel line, judge my fullering off. It's all a guide. Okay, and then go around. What are you breathing for? You're right. You're the toilet. That's cool. Right. Again, just checking on the child there. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the following. I know I can let it expand. I know I've got, I can let the material work a little bit. Okay, bit of smoke in the fire. Obviously, you may be aware I didn't hem it before I filleted it. That's personal preference. It's the difference between boys and girls. So what I do now, the material has blown out a bit, I'll just run it back in. There's only 5/16, so there's not a lot to hem up in the first place anyway with this section. Literally very lightly, going around my edge. Try to impose a bit more flow back into the shoe, a bit more symmetry. The other thing to do as well, obviously hammer boxing gives us more material without increasing the weight. A shoe like this isn't necessarily going to take an E now. I think I've got an MX60 here. Have a quick check. No one likes to see frost nails. Okay, so again, quickly do the other side. on that outside just to run that back in, but this time I'm going to get across the toe hot as well so I can forge on my equilibrium toe. Okay, so first thing first, address the blowout. Boxing. Same as the other side. Again, just from fuller end to fuller end, just work on that toe. And again, just got to go back through, open up the fuller end. Okay, remember it is a flat shoe, so get the round side of your hammer, give it a good seat out nalo for nalo. Let's have a quick look at on the foot. Okay. So let's just have a look at it on the foot there. Okay, good peripheral fit. Okay, if anything, just open the bar out just a little bit and maybe just squashing the shoe down to put a bit more material out the heels. But that's simple, easy to do. We'll just do that now and give it a lick of a rasp. So as you can see with this shoe, the one thing we've got lots of is we've got lots of material in the bar. So we can even now afford just to make adjustments without worrying about filling it up too much. Keeping it crisp. And lastly, just to increase the material at the heels from the quarters. Obviously we just don't want to hit the shoe on top because the whole thing will go, we want to control it. So quick trick. Also, we need to get the back half of the shoe hot, nice and evenly. Okay, then all I'm going to do, dunk it in the water to just in front of the heel now. Pulling that part of the shoe out, and all I'm going to do, quick, just get the width down into them heels. Get the ruler, just give me my heel, the 5.5 and the 6 3/4 to the centre of the heel. So again, very quickly, just give it a quick not going to towel on it, just going to quick tidy up. Get your beanie dirt box on there. Just give me a fuller and a quick clean. Clean the nail holes out. So let's have a look. Okay, let's get that shoe on the foot. So with the shoe on the foot, we can see we've got a good peripheral fit around the front part of the foot to the widest part. Come out, we give it width and length as required. But the key important part is we have more coverage of the frog stay area because of the wide bar, and this is the most important part. These crushed, contracted heels will now be fully supported. So we're fitting the outside border of the foot, or sorry, the outside border of the shoe to where the foot should be if it wasn't distorted. And obviously to allow for where the foot's distorted to, this inside part is now covered and supported. Obviously, if there's any questions, feel free to ask. Again, there's the back of the fit. Again. Okay. So, if there's any questions, ask away in the comments below. Remember this channel, which we set up today, this is a global shared channel. This is for all of us. Okay, so anyone, if you've got any tips, tricks, or anything you want to do, anything educational, anything you've written in the past, and you're quite happy to share it, get it on here. You know, when I say lockdown, most of us aren't actually locked down at the moment. We're still getting about. Some of us have got a bit more time on our hands than we normally would. So, you know, again, this is about sharing, and this is all about growing as a global farrier community and trying to make the best of a bad situation. So again, this channel's for you. Learn from it, teach from it, do what you want. This is the idea. Again, like to see a lot of other people having a go. Yeah, any of the students who should be at Hereford College at the moment, after this, once I've had a chance to charge my phone back up, there will be your online demo for this evening. Obviously, we're looking at fullering and three-quarter fullered front and hind shoes. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to the cameraman, my son. He's obviously not at college at the moment. I think he's done a great job. I think he needs to go to the toilet now as well. I don't. You don't? My fingers hurt. Oh, bless you. Stay safe out there, and hope to see you all again soon. Ciao.